Hey everybody, welcome to Household Renovations of Great and Terrible Power role-playing game, hacked together by our own Dark Lavender Void.
I did it.
You
Pretty
did it.
cool.
You did.
I did.
Somewhere on Google, there might be a link if you type in Google.
Yeah, I should just put the link straight into the chat.
I mean, no one watches my Twitch channel, so I don't think anyone's in there right now. But yeah, we'll put it in like the description or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Or we can
You
just
can
make
use
it appear on the
link you want for
screen
that.
mysteriously. Mysteriously appear on the screen if I hit a link. But we don't have to do that today. So Kelsa and I have been playing this for a while. And
Yeah.
we've been joined by Sithmaster. Sithmaster is it's basically his Burning Wheel game, and I host that too. We play that on Sundays, and it's been going pretty good.
Yeah. It's we just did a year doing Burning Wheel.
Yep.
Wow.
Whoa.
So the wheel's been
It's actually
burning.
pretty cool.
We've all taken a turn as GM, and everyone seems to want to play Blades in the Dark now. So maybe we'll do that.
I'm actually getting back into. I want to get back into Burning Wheel because I just got
You got some codex.
this thing.
I think you're the only person in Mass Squad who's got
Do you
it.
mean?
Really?
Wait, what? You got one too, Kelsey?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's a number of people who've got it. I'm still waiting on mine, and it's annoying me.
Mine
okay.
arrived 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mine arrived 2 days ago. So
I haven't read it yet. I
Seems
feel
like
really
it's going
bad.
2 days.
Like I haven't even opened it yet.
I'm sure it's going to
I
blow
read a
your
little bit of
mind.
I read the
Mhm.
foreword by Math Squad's Adam Coble, and I read Luke Crane rambling about his own game, and that's as far as I've gotten so far. I'm on like page 22, I think.
That's some verbose people. It's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, all I know about it is the table of contents that was twittered like months ago. So
Oh yeah.
Have you heard
All right.
Yes, let's get to household renovations. We don't need to do any pre-show on this channel. So, what are we going to do? Are we going to pick a new group? Are you
Yeah, I
going to
think
pick
so.
for us?
Yeah, I think we're putting our own group away as much as we can, even though they're now a faction in this game. I made them a tier 1 faction with weak hold because
We've retired them to safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's a really good way to put that.
Yes.
Well, maybe
tier
not safety
1
from
weak
out
hold
of
really
Zero.
isn't very safe.
I
No.
mean, even if we screw with ourselves in this campaign, in the future, in millions of other campaigns of this game, they will not be screwed with yet.
This is
So,
true.
That's pretty good. It's as safe as you can get in a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Meta-dimensional safety.
All right, cool. So how about we take a look at the PDF and turn to page 1, which says Getting Started.
I want to adjust the numbering on your PDF. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's a hypothetical front page, and then it starts at 1
Mm-hmm.
after page 1, which is weird, but you know. We've answered all of these questions already because we've been playing for a little while, but the questions are stuff like who's playing? It's us. Which player will be the game master? Me. Which players will be the actors? Probably you guys. Which actor will be the master of ceremonies? It's Golden because he's a gracious master of ceremonies and a host. And he's amazing. And who will be the audience? It's you. You're the audience. So those are those questions. After that, we introduce the game, and the MC reads these words aloud, inhaling deeply and letting the breath of speech fall out of his lungs and letting the vibrations of the words dance through his hands.
We expect all of that from you, Golden.
Yes.
What words? The words that follow that?
Yes.
Alright. It's a cinematic production down to the atomic level. No face has a blemish or imperfection. Not a single natural wonder, city alley, or private bedroom lit unprofessionally. It's a gilded paradise appreciated by hidden, transcendent voyeurs, beings and entities of great and terrible power. Neighboring galaxies redshift away as the orrery of our solar system flips deeper into a treacherous vacuum. Wandering stars restitch the orbits of ghost planets we have no names for. Under the undulation of breathtaking auroras, glaciers melt on freezing nights. City streets meet at odd diagonals, designed with esoteric symbologies. Photographers capture low-resolution images of blasphemous curiosities and feed them to the stretchy, grasping, ferrule-fluid fingers of the dark web. People enter the world with hateful hearts, colicky egos, thirsty bodies, and venomous minds, and blind souls. A tent shredded with claw marks, blighted ground. Both lay at the foot of a grooved black obelisk, which booms with psychic music. A man crawls out on all fours, only he's not a man. He is a freak. He picks slivers of aluminum foil from his molars and climbs the monolith. He keeps climbing. He cannot climb forever. He sees. What will you make of yourself? Will you wonder what is real? Will you give in to your unquestioned anger and vapid nature, or sacrifice your very identity, soul, and existence to become disillusioned, to become different? Thank you. I assume I do not read
You did it.
anymore.
Yeah, you don't read that next part. I read this next part.
Okay.
We will be playing despicable people in a quaint historic American town called Canalville. It has a sufficient downtown for all your shopping needs and a historic different. I wrote this goddamn thing. I should be able to say it better. And a historic district with a bar, a grill, a coffee shop, a tea room, a kettle, a chocolate factory, stores with knickknacks, records, and one with witchy supplies like crystals, incense, and tarot cards. All of you have a smartphone, but your housing situations are unstable. You probably pay rent to friends or get money from your rich parents, which is why you're getting together to flip houses, maybe. We might not be flipping houses, but you know. Let's make characters and build our crew.
Right.
All right, cool. And then I have more stuff to read after we do that. So let's take a look at these playbooks and see if we have ones that we're interested in.
I definitely do not want to be the medium again. As much as I really enjoyed being Madame Zerara, I would like to try something different.
That was the vibe I was getting from you for sure.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, I only had like half a session with the freak, so I was gonna try and play that again.
Yeah, totally. I feel that.
I think that's fine because that session was so short and just like a little bit messed up by me trying to stream this that it's just as fine if we just like erase it from the canon of the House Haunters and then say, okay, so the Everyman was never a part of the House Haunters.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of this group.
Sounds good.
It's like that episode where they, are trying to launch the new show by having a crossover
pilot,
with the
yeah.
established
Well,
show?
it's the
Oh, yeah,
actor
that's-
change, but the same character between the pilot
it's,
and the.
it's the stealth pilot where they put the first episode of the new show in the middle or the end of the other tie-in show. Yeah. Okay, so
Cool.
I'm kind of debating between the contractor and the broker.
Yeah,
Playing a
none of us
contractor that actually knows what they're doing. It
Yeah.
seems kind of counterintuitive to how we played last time.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm willing to take your guys' suggestions, including audience.
Yeah, audience,
What
you
do
can
you
give us
want to
devil's
see me
bargains if you want.
play? We've got the different playbooks are the broker, matchmakers for buyers and sellers, contractor, callous handy people, and supervisors. Freak is already being used. I don't want to double up on that. Medium as a gifted psychic or charlatan. I already played that quite a bit. I might play the pair, two vapid mortals with strong bonds, just to get the difference from how I would play it versus what happened with Golden.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically between the three, the broker, the contractor, or the pair. If anybody
I think
wants to
I
weigh in
want
on
to try the
this.
broker.
Mm.
Well, look, you
Don't
can
forget there's the voice.
put yourself as a
Well, let's
connection.
see.
That's neat.
Narrators and mellifluous vocalists. You do a flashback to the past, and the GM tells you to stress out, subtract one from what they tell you. Interesting. You can tune your voice to psychic frequencies, allowing you to broadcast to people's minds. You spend one stress to exert booming rhythms to the monoliths in someone's sanity. They must give in to your demands or run away in terror. Oh my god, this is so bad.
I'm going to try turning off my webcam for a second here.
Okey-doke.
May screw up
Also,
the
I would like to
later.
give you mad props, Adam, for like the different friends sections. Broker has contacts. The freak has fucked up friends. The medium has blessed friends. The pair knows other couples. The voice has famous friends. But the contractor has some guys you know.
Yeah, that's the guy I know.
This is this guy.
He sells me
It's fun.
drugs.
It's so fun. Don't worry about it. This guy
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
pretty good.
He's like, he sells me drugs, whatever. I got this guy I know. He's like a cleaner. Man, me and
I
Rick
also
were-
like how none of them have last names.
Oh yeah, totally. No, that's because they're just some guy you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's totally yeah, Dean. Electrician guy.
It's
I know.
Dean. You know, Dean.
Yeah. Dean?
Yeah, Dean.
So if Golden is going for broker, are you going for voice?
Maybe. Or contractor. I mean, how effective do we want to be at what we're doing? And what are we going to be doing? I guess is the next question. Are we going to be flipping
Yeah.
houses?
We don't have to be house flippers again. We can do what we did last time and be the people who build the crew from scratch.
Like, we want to be house haunters. That's not a thing. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, we've already cornered the market on house hunters, so
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys won't be able to see my face with the stream well because of
Okay.
Skype being a jerk, and I don't want to fight with it right now.
That sounds like something that happens.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
So where are the list of the things?
The playbooks or the... What are you asking about?
Like, instead of being house hunters, it would be something else.
Oh, those are at the second to last page.
Okay.
We'd basically be building the playbook or the crew from scratch because I just didn't have time to make another crew today.
I
Sure.
mean, we can just be flippers because we haven't actually done that.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't think we were being flippers before?
Kind of. But we can like totally make it from the ground up.
Yeah, because there's also like a motivation or a tone from like reality shows as well. So I don't know if there was something we wanted to tack in on that at all, or focus more on just being flippers.
Yeah. It's your choice.
I kind of like the idea of somehow being like, do you guys remember this is like kind of an old show at this point, but there used to be a show called Monster House.
I vaguely remember the name of that.
So the idea is it's kind of like, or it's like also in the sense of like Pimp My Ride and stuff like that. Like we could be a crew who go into someone else's house, make it better, and then leave.
I like it.
Like renovation, but of great and terrible. It's a great and terrible renovation, right?
Yeah.
So instead of buying a house, we just like break in.
No, it's like a TV show.
I'm like trying to figure out what the difference is from being a flipper.
Basically, like what we did for the Dizarara house.
Okay.
The last thing we were doing, instead of buying the house and remodeling it however we want, we come in, we get the agreement from these people, and they're like, okay, well, I'm really not happy with the kitchen. And then you're like, I got you. And then you do it. And they give you some direction, but really you kind of get free reign just to make everything, just do a total makeover. But like they'll tell you like, okay, I definitely want to still have a pool when we're done. You know, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Right. But also it could be more of like there's this issue in the middle of it. Like it's very TV relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
that might not be flippers, because flippers generally like are the people who buy houses, improve them, and then sell the house itself. It sounds like you're improving houses, but making the people who are getting their house improved pay for the improvements, and then they get to keep that house.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Basically, that is what I'm getting.
So
also,
yeah, that's a different crew, but we can take like some of the things from the flippers,
it's definitely a different crew,
and then like kind of bud that off into a different crew as I have more time to design it.
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
I think I should definitely be a contractor then.
Contractor? Cool.
Yeah.
I like the legit route that we're taking.
I mean, we're
legit route with a freak?
No. But, you know.
I mean, yes, but no.
I like how this game...
You cut out. No, come back.
Stupid decision. Oh boy. Am I back?
Ish.
Yes.
Okay. I like how this game forces you to make bad decisions because like there's only 2 playbooks that are legit, and then there's like you almost have to pick a third one that's like distracting or problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Like the closest thing you can get is the pair if you're not doubling up.
Well, I
And
mean,
the
if you
pair is a
go
problem.
broker, contractor, voice, I mean, for a reality TV show, that would be pretty strong.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would be like the classic crew.
Yeah. Totally.
But instead, we are going contractor, broker, freak, which is, I mean, you just gotta
It's a
take
top
some of
3.
those. Just gotta take some of those voice powers, like the one that lets you speak psychically, resonate in the psychic frequency, and throw monolith powers around. It's fine.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
Freak
yeah,
just does that already. It's very freaky.
Pretty much.
Like,
Okay,
the
cool.
Freak
So
has
that's
to use a
all-
power to not speak in the monolith voice.
Yeah. All right, so that's your playbooks. Now, the next thing you pick, these instructions are just the page above all the playbooks. The next thing you do is pick, or you circle some names and looks. And you just tell me what your choices are. Oh, also I can put these out in Roll20 if you want.
Cool.
That would be good to do. Yes.
I think my character is Lavender Russo.
Okay. Oops.
I will let you take care of it.
Lavender Russo.
I'll do the circling, that's fine. Just
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Get rid of that grid. And here's the broker. Oops. Something is happening. Here's the broker. Today on What's That Noise? It's a person who's honking at another person because they were being terrible or something.
they're being terrible at being people.
Yeah.
That made sense to me. Okay, let's go back to
Let's create a new page.
some stuff.
Get rid of that grid. And put in the freak. Where's the freak? There they are. They go right there. Roll20's not listening. They go right there.
One does what it wants.
Roll20 is its own man. You can't tell Roll20 what to do. Okay, cool. They should all be in there now.
Yep.
And I'll just label those. Broker. Oops. Broker. Lavender Russo, since you already made your choice of name. Gosh, I mess this up every time. And Sith, were you going with the same name again? I presume you are.
Yeah.
Cool. The Everyman. The noblest of freaks. Okay. Golden, your name is Sean Gamma?
Sean Gamma.
Cool.
Nobody calls anybody Junior in this reality.
So most people don't call Lavender by her first name. They either call her Elle or just Russo. Not like
Okay,
Miss
cool.
Russo, just Russo. She's a woman, wears workwear with bloodshot eyes and a dirty face. She has a husky body and a rough voice.
Ah, cool.
Nice. The everyman has an ambiguous look with too many eyes. Like you always only see two eyes, but you always see two eyes. And so something's always kind of off like that. It's kind of one of those like sometimes when you see statues or something, and you're like, wait, how many legs am I looking at right now? Like you can't quite place it, but yeah, there's too many eyes. There's sort of like a featureless body that like you know it's humanoid, but you can't quite place what's off about it. But it also has a reflective face, so like after hanging around with someone a little bit more, like the form actually somewhat changes more to who they're next to. And then there's just this weird, flawless voice that comes out and permeates as the everyman.
It's really freaky.
It's kind of cool. It's like if you somehow had a more lifelike mannequin, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, totally. Looks like Golden's almost done with his.
Oh. I don't know if I want to sell him that.
He has to make one more choice, and then he is perfect and flawless.
I'm doing bad things. Let's undo that. Okay, fine. We'll this one.
So I'm going to start asking questions that I have to ask from the Getting Started page. Russo, have you touched anything weird like monoliths, freaks, or actual voices in your head?
I mean, I work with the everyman.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever touched a monolith, but I mean, there have definitely been times when me and the everyman have like bumped shoulders or like been like crawling under something and been pressed in tight spaces together. I think that's
Like there was this terrible crawl space that you had to crawl through?
Yeah.
To like fix some like electrical work or something?
Yeah, and like I needed them to go and get me something, and then they crawled down in there with me, and it was just this really tight spot, and it got a little awkward, but I'll wait for a minute. Yeah, it got like a really tight spot. We got kind of in there together. It got a little awkward, but I think that's
cool.
the strangest thing I've touched.
Oh, so you went literal with that one.
Yeah.
So everyman, what's the weirdest thing you've touched or experienced?
I want to say he's kind of freaked out. He had pineapple once, and he just wasn't sure what was going on with it. He didn't quite understand its purpose.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's cool.
Food is just weird.
I like that. It's really good. Golden, why don't you introduce your character since you've made the choices and stuff? Introduce Sean to us.
Sure, Sean is a man. He wears this turtleneck sweater, but he never uses any color. Maybe there might be a splash or a logo of some color, but it is really stands out from the rest of his appearance. He's got arched eyebrows because he's always acting like he's really surprised by what everybody says. And he's really slender, and he has kind of soft, melodic voice. Is to kind of entrance the people that he's bargaining with.
Cool. What's the weirdest thing you've experienced?
I think the weirdest thing he's ever experienced is he got stuck running drugs one time, and he ended up selling cocaine to fairies. They thought it was pixie dust, but it wasn't pixie dust.
It was
They
cocaine.
paid good for it.
Cool. Where'd you meet these fairies? Was it outside of Canalville? Was it like a town over or something like that, or was it just?
I mean, where do you meet fairies?
Like generally in the forest.
They're in the forest. So is there like a really big forest place?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a forested area. Once you get out of Canalville.
I imagine like from The Hobbit, right? Like Mirkwood Forest. Only
Yeah.
there's like little small like subdivisions here and there on this like really deserted highway where terrible stuff happens usually.
Okay, cool.
If people tried to live and build modern houses in Mirkwood Forest.
Pretty sure that's happened in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need to open up a new document so that I can take notes. So what was the name of this forest again, and how do you spell it? You can type it in chat if that's easier for you.
I want to say it's got this like really happy name, like Hollyberry Forest.
Oh, cool.
Because obviously they're trying to sell houses in it, so it's not going to have a creepy name.
Yeah, does it have like a park that the park kind of dips into a little bit?
I mean, maybe it's a national forest, and there's like
Okay, so it's like protected or something?
parts of it are.
Okay.
Like, I don't see like a park implies a clearing to me.
Yeah,
That
to me
is like
too.
contrary to the idea of this forest that is oppressive and larger and
Okay.
everything. Like even when
Yeah.
you build a house in this forest, like there's still trees overhanging
Yeah. Yeah,
the
totally.
house.
Are there cats in bad weather in this forest?
Cats? I mean, there's cats everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think it has bad weather. I think maybe it's very still weather. So you have fog and other kind of weather that sticks around for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I was also imagining that it's like a dense kind of forest area, so like it's not just trees and you can like navigate through the trees, like there's no trails or anything, it's like all covered in brambles and plants that most people aren't used to.
Yeah, something like
It
that.
just looks like crazy.
Something like that. But not so
I imagine
creepy.
the soil. Yeah. I imagine the soil's pretty sandy as well, so you get like a different variety than you would in other places in the same area as well.
Oh yeah, now I'm imagining like there are giant dinosaur bones in the sand.
Yeah.
It's like
That's cool.
some kind of maybe it's some kind of ancient bog that has completely dried up.
Oh, that's neat.
So there's like really sandy ground underneath the forest floor. Like you get a shovel, and in some places there might be dinosaur bones sticking out, or creepy. You don't usually see dinosaur bones in the forest.
So you haven't, or you have seen the bones themselves yet?
Oh, I think it's inevitable that the character would.
Okay, cool.
I think everybody that lives there has seen the dinosaur bone.
Okay, so they kind of stick up a little bit?
Yeah, or like kids are playing in the woods and they find things that they shouldn't find.
Because they're just digging everywhere and stuff, and then
Absolutely.
They're like, hey, there's this cool rock. Oh, it's not a rock, it's a...
Yeah, it's covered in moss, but it's actually a giant skull.
Totally. So, I'm going to ask another question before we move on. Do any of you believe in horoscopes, crystals, yoga, or tarot cards? Why or why not?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Dying.
That's why.
A pretty good reason.
She's dying, and the tarot cards didn't say she's gonna die.
You drew the death in reverse. Now you're done.
Well,
clearly it's wrong. It's mistaken.
Why not? Because she is not, she's a very down-to-earth person, and the idea of tarot cards and all of that means that she has to admit that all of the other bullshit she's trying really hard to pretend does not exist is real. And she already has to work with the Everyman. So, look, freaks like that can exist, but stuff that can tell your fortune, that's too far.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with the freak does believe in some of that stuff.
Which ones?
Probably the crystals and the tarot.
Cool. Why?
I'm not sure.
That's a fair answer.
I think Sean believes in crystals because he's seen like fairies wearing lots of jewelry, which is probably mostly crystals. It's like, he's like, what the heck? He doesn't believe in anything else because obviously there can only be one kind of magic. That's the way it works.
Yeah. That's an interesting viewpoint. Okay, cool. Now pick your friends and your close friends and your rivals.
You just pick one of each, right?
Yeah, you just pick one of each. You have all of them as contacts or guys you know or whatever, but you pick a favorite and a least favorite.
I'm gonna go with Zach Armstrong, commercial artist, as my friend. I think it'd be really funny to pose for some paintings. And Mistopheles is obviously not my friend. He's an angel of contracts. Apparently, literally.
Yeah. So how do you, like, what do you see Mephistopheles as? Like, have you just seen him in books? Or have you met him in dreams? Or how does that work?
Like, you said books, and now I'm imagining, like, this character that is animated in a book and walks around the page.
Oh, cool.
So let's go with that. And I don't just read books, obviously. The books that Mephistopheles inhabits are alive.
Okay, so what are these books? Are they like,
Obviously, they're big, honking tomes of power.
yeah,
Great and terrible power.
yeah.
Of course.
Are they dense, or are they more like children's storybooks?
I don't think there's any right now, but they're like huge.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me let my dog in my room because he's like, "There's nobody here. Everybody left." I'll be right back.
I'm imagining like those big dictionaries they have on pedestals in libraries and stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not going to be found in some cheap paperback novel that you fit in your pocket. Like,
He's not.
no. I mean, if you did, he would probably be very upset.
Where is dog? Where is dog?
He doesn't know that he should come upstairs and be in my room.
Oh.
I hear he's coming up the stairs now. Maybe he'll come in here. There he is.
Dog.
There he is.
Dog.
Puppy, puppy, puppy. Hello again, trains. Anyway, what the heck were we trying to do? Oh yeah, picking close friends and rivals. Neat. Kelsa, explain your choices.
My choices are Dean, an electrician. I also chose electrician as my professional background, which I hadn't even seen before. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
For
cool.
not fully reading the character sheet. So I decided that he's my rival. Basically, like one of those things, like we were both apprenticed to the same guy, and we just never really got along. You know?
Yeah.
Like we know each other really surprisingly well for people that do not get along with each other. You know?
Yeah, you were both apprentices under Marcus
Sure.
Fuller. Cool. I'll mark him down.
And Lewis, a drug dealer, he's who I buy my pot from.
Cool.
He's a pretty cool dude. Sometimes we just sit and chill and smoke in his living room. You know.
Yeah. He doesn't cut his marijuana, right?
No.
Cool. I didn't think so, but I wanted to check.
He's a straight shooter.
Yeah. Cool. Who are the everyman's friend and rival?
Everyman's friend is Darkest Month, a fortnight of darkness. Just because that sounds cool. And his rival are the nested rings, a monolith. So yeah.
What are the nested rings up to these days?
I think like most monoliths just sort of randomly appearing in places and then vanishing suddenly. But probably more frequently around Canalville.
Yeah.
I'm imagining this like monolith is like literally randomly appearing places. Like he's lost control, but for some reason he keeps ending up in Canava.
Yeah. And the rings are it's probably something closer to like Stonehenge type monolith rather than like just like the Kubrick 2001 type monolith.
Let's see what's next.
Looks like we move into As You Play session 1 after this.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm back.
Yay!
Welcome back.
Yes. So what part are we at right now? I heard most of what you said about the nested rings.
Right. So they just show up randomly, and they've recently been doing that more so in Canalville.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How did you all get in on this business? Being renovators.
What did you say the name of the guy, my former mentor?
Marcus Fuller.
I should probably write that down somewhere.
I can also write it in chat so that it's easier. So yeah, Mr. Fuller is dead now. He was really old when he took you on as apprentices, and now he's not with you anymore. I think both you and Dean had to attend his funeral.
Mm-hmm.
How did that experience go?
How did that experience go?
Yeah, you were like with his friends and family and stuff like that, and there was a lot of purple tones to his funeral, purple flowers on the coffin and stuff.
It was really awkward. Both me and Dean made out with his daughter. And to add to the awkwardness, she was 30 years older than either one of us.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Was this at different times?
More yes, it was at different times, but it was the same day. Because it was more like a wake than a funeral. There was a lot of alcohol. A lot of alcohol.
Yeah, and you don't know her last name, but her first name, I think you remember, was Eloisa?
Yeah, I mean, she probably does not have the same name as her father. That would be weird. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, also she got married, right?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Writing down notes. Cool.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, how'd the rest of you get in on this business?
Right.
I definitely didn't make
Um,
out with a extremely old lady.
I mean, she was only like 60.
Yeah. I think my car broke down in town, and I need money to get back.
Like, my car broke down in town, and I've been here ever since.
Yep.
Is that how that actually happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Like my car is in the shop somewhere. It's just like a infinite sink of money. I can't ever leave.
That's interesting.
yeah. I think
So,
maybe
yeah.
But I think maybe I appeared at a work site once. Like
Yeah,
somehow I like came out of something, and then yeah.
what if we go back to that scene, like when we had that experience where like I was like, hey, can you hand me that thing? And instead of it like you crawling down into the crawl space, you like were already in the crawl space and just came up next to me. I'm like, I don't know where you came from, but thanks for the spanner.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
And then I've just sort of been helping ever since.
That's pretty good. We kind of answered both of those questions, so let's move on. What are both of your vices? I mean, all of your vices.
My vice is pleasure. I go drink at the Railways bar. My favorite bartender's name is Crimson, and I like to drink with. I should actually. I have to change that. It's got to be a different bar. I still like the name Crimson as the bartender,
Yeah,
but
I love it too.
she's not she's not that into the supernatural, so she would not go to the Railways bar. So I name a different bar. It's the Jackalope.
Okay, cool. I'll write that down.
Crimson, bartender at the Jackalope, is where she goes to get her drink on.
And I remember that the everyman's vice is mirrors and acquiring them.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, and you do that at the Canalville Hardware, right?
Uh,
Do you collect them from there, or is that just where you work and you?
I think that was where I worked.
Yeah, but do you steal stuff from where you work, or is that not good for you because it's a disreputable act?
Right. I think I would do that elsewhere.
Okay, sure. Do you
But
steal them? Do you buy them, or?
oh, this is a steal thing. This is like a
Okay, sure.
klepto thing.
Yeah.
Because it's one of he since he like reflects people around him, he hates mirrors, and so he's trying to take all of them and then like just hide them somewhere so that no one has a mirror.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it's like a stopping terror from happening thing that makes you just feel better.
Yeah, it's like just this compulsion.
Cool. What's Sean's vice specifically?
I'm going to go with curiosity. I think he can't help from dabbling in the occult.
Oh. But you're not friends with Mephistopheles.
No, this is
Yeah,
Mephistopheles is a jerk.
interesting. Cool. I think I have one more question, and then I'll talk about something else. When was the last time all of you had to be cruel to someone, and what did they deserve to? What did they do to deserve your punishment?
Hmm. It's probably recently. I feel like Russo is a pretty harsh woman, and it
Yeah.
probably was like on the last job that we were on,
Right.
and it was throwaway name NPC. You know, he
Yeah.
did not. He didn't even use a fucking level. Can you believe this? Like this counter 2 degrees, 2 whole degrees from one end to the other.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous. And he totally deserved me to be cruel to him. There was.
Well, I mean, he actually does deserve it, right? Because like you
Oh
put
yeah,
a
no,
wine bottle on that thing, and the wine bottle just goes. It doesn't even go straight down. It goes like down and then like rolls off the counter
oh yeah, it was bad.
because it's not 2 degrees
We had.
like on the same side. It's 2 degrees like catty cornered.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stuff just
Exactly.
rolls onto the ground.
No, we had to redo the whole counter. Like that cost us 3 days worth of work.
Yeah.
Like he was not only fired, I went out of my way to blacklist this guy.
Yeah. Blackball him. Yeah. Totally. That shit's important.
Like, obviously, I got into a flame war with Mustapha's daughter on Twitter. She just kept on posting nasty things on my Twitter. And we had a tweet war. What do they call a flame war on Twitter?
Uh,
Is there a word for
I
it?
don't know. I don't think there's a specific word for that. I think it's just called a flame war on
Yeah,
Twitter.
I think it's just a flame war on Twitter.
Mm.
I mean,
I think you nailed it.
Okay.
yeah.
There's so many like social social media
Yeah.
languages that I'm not familiar with. It's like
Maybe a tweet war? I don't know.
tweet war? Could be a
Maybe.
tweet war.
I don't know.
Right. I'm not sure what constitutes cruel as a freak. So I'm not sure which way to take the question for every man.
Answer the question any way that you'd like. You can be like regular cruel, or you can be weird, freaky cruel, or whatever you want.
Yeah. I think it's just regular cruel. Like maybe I was trying to take some mirrors from somewhere, And
Yeah.
someone was like, "You can't just take the mirrors, sir." And I was like, oh, and I did.
Yeah, what did you do to them?
I probably did something weird, like attach them to the ceiling or something. Like I made it so that they couldn't follow me in
Yeah.
some weird way.
Totally. Cool. That pretty much answers all of the questions that I had. So I'm going to explain something at the bottom of each of your character sheets, the player mantras and controls. These are things that I added to my game. And no, they are not at the bottom. That's weird.
Hmm.
It should not be the way that it is. Hmm. Oh, I figured it out. I saved the file, but not the PDFs.
Oh no.
So you're dealing with a slightly outdated version. Okay. So
I see the player controls.
they should be in the PDF, but not. They're supposed to be on all the character sheets as well,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
and they are not.
Yeah, I see them on the PDF character sheets. I guess I just assumed that this was gonna be from them. It's
Okay. Okay, so we'll read them from the PDFs in the PDF. I mean, the character sheets in the PDF.
fine. We should say PDF a few more times.
But PDF, 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 PDF.
PDF, 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 PDF.
Yeah. Okay, so our player mantras are you're supposed to trust yourself to say something good. You can trust your friends to say something good. You should blurt out details and imagery. You should build on what others say. Have your characters take concrete and direct action toward their goals. When you're curious about something, ask. Act now, plan later. Use the player controls, which I'll explain in just a second. And you should voice your character's dialogue. Does anybody have any questions or conversation that you want to have about that, or are we good?
I just think having these on each sheet is awesome.
I agree, because it's all too often where I'm like, I'm playing this game. I don't know what to do. I don't know what like the goal of this game is. So I like to have that on the sheet itself. That's mainly for me than anything else. And then the player controls are essentially a VCR or TV remote control. And they're ways of signaling when you want to do something. So these are really important because you can just chat. Each one of these has like a thing you can type in order to signal to the rest of us. And they all do different things. They tell us you want different things. So all these are, hey everyone, I'd like to do something. And if you do the play one, you'd rather shift to talking about the game. If you hit the pause one, you want to shift out to talking as players. If you type stop, then that's kind of like the X card. You're signaling your discomfort, or maybe nobody's uncomfortable, but you just want to call for a break. That's a little bit of discomfort too, but you know,
Different
a
type
different kind.
of discomfort. Exactly.
Yeah, it's discomfort of any kind. That's what stop does.
Mm-hmm.
And then fast forward is you're the person who wants to say something next. Like if we've excluded you of a bunch of different conversations, you can just be like, fast forward. I want to talk as soon as you guys are done wrapping up this part. You can also say, hey, I'd like to wrap this part up soon, and or elide this, or cut to the action. If things aren't going fast, go ahead, Kelsa.
I've never heard the word allied before than my recollection. What does that mean?
Elide is like skip over.
Hmm.
Like skip
You
over
learn
something.
new every day.
Yeah, or shorten it, make it like a really short thing to do.
TIL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rewind is good for blades because it signals that you want to do a flashback or revise something that you said earlier. And this one is specific to this game. It's the record option, and you want to add a moment to the recap that I'll read off at the end of next episode.
Cool. So I had a question about this now.
Go ahead.
Which I didn't pick up from seeing this before, is you just mentioned like putting it in chat. So
Yeah.
this is stuff like we just put in like Roll20.
Yeah, exactly.
As things are
So
going.
if you want to fast forward, you just type that. Or if you want to rewind, you just type that.
Okay. I like it. I like that, actually. I really,
and then,
I really like that.
But we could also like, hold on.
If I get your drift, you could also say that you're typing the word. Oh yeah, yeah, you could totally do that. You can add like notes after it, or it's like X.
Right, yeah, like annotator context.
I'm not comfortable with talking dogs.
Yeah.
Right, cool, yeah.
Explaining stuff is also really useful with X because, you know, the X card and stuff like that. Yeah, that's totally how that works.
So are we done with our characters here?
Yes, for now. There's
we need to do our questions, our dots questions.
Actually, if you scroll up in the PDF, it says there's the quick character setup, which are those 3 steps. Mm-hmm. And then it says, and as you play session 1, you do the rest of the steps. And then you just fill those in as like you do flashbacks and say, Lavender actually has a hammer arm, so that I can just wreck stuff really easily.
Okay, because I was planning on picking my special ability.
Yeah,
already,
it's just as you play session 1, so you could do it right now if you wanted to.
Okay.
And I think you can do those in any order. Yeah. I think we need to do stuff for our crew really quick. Step 1, pick a crew sheet, your flippers. I think we're going renovators, but we'll do B flippers for this session, and then we'll probably do like a playbook shift for free. Yeah. And then step 2 is we choose our favorite contact. I can put this in the game. I forgot to do that for some reason earlier. And you guys should be very used to this because it's the same one we've been doing before. Flippers.
I guess from the options from the flippers abilities as renovators, I think the shabby chic designer thing might be useful for us.
Yeah. And what favorite contact did you want?
Why am I not looking at the right page? Favorite contact. Where contacts was going on?
You gotta get tattoos, obviously.
I was thinking the same thing, actually. Tina Morgan is skilled tattooist and barista. Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. I'll fill it in. Tina Morgan. You're based off of people I know in real life?
Aren't you not supposed to get drunk while you get tattoos?
Yes.
But people do it all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Caffeine keeps the hand steady, right?
That's the opposite of that. I've been told multiple times by artists that I should quit caffeine, but it's perfectly fine to drink a beer while doing art because the caffeine will give your hands the shakes, but the beer will calm you down.
Yeah.
I have been told that multiple times by multiple artists. So, just saying.
Yeah.
That's why artists are so depressed.
My artistry is typing mainly and designing games, so I have a different kind of art.
Right?
Yeah. So what's the next one? Give yourself 2 cash. Set your hold to wait. I can do that. Cool. In the meanwhile, assign your faction relationships. All factions start at number 0, and each player has a +1 and a -1 to assign to any tier 1 or tier 2 factions. Once it's all tallied, write the factions that were voted for in the faction tracker and bubble in whether the number was negative, 0, also called a mixed relationship, or positive. Then assign a positive and negative relationship with 2 different tier 3 factions as a group. And let me find the list of Canalville factions.
Canalville Factions is right here.
Well, obviously,
It'll say it's on page 3, but it's actually on page 4.
I added fairies to your list. Sorry.
Let's be friends with the House Haunters just to be a little bit meta. Oh, that's the one thing I find missing from this game. Like the one thing from the original like alpha test rules we were going through is just that bold section that just says this game is too meta.
It's too meta.
Well, you can
I
just
forgot
add
to
that
add
on
that in.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important.
If you look very carefully, there's points in the PDF where I've written text so small that you can't actually read it. But if you copy and paste it, then you can read it. Like on page 2 at the end of the lightning bolt, you'll see a dot. There's text there. And you can highlight it, copy, and paste it. And it'll say something weird.
Really?
There's also another one which is a parody of Hey Ricky.
Oh wow. It does say a thing there. I had no idea. You are...
So I can also say this game is too meta, and one of the similar, hey, what's that spot on this PDF? This is a messy PDF. Copy, paste, oh god. This game is too meta. Okay, let me set your hold to weak. For now. So yeah, we gotta be House Haunters. So Lavender is aligning her +1 with the House Haunters.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, just tell me which ones you're assigning your +1s and -1s with.
I'm still thinking about my -1.
I think it's going to be a +1 with the Hollywine fairies, and obviously a -1 with Natsuki's catering. Sure.
What's the Elizabeth Ann?
The Elizabeth Ann is a canal boat, and it's drawn by horses.
I think I'm a -1 with the Canalville Flea Market.
-1. Golden, what was your negative?
Natsuki's catering.
That's right.
Obviously, I found a cockroach in my dinner once, and I got a free meal, and they resented me ever since.
That's really bad for Natsuki.
Mm-hmm. Nobody goes to Natsuki's and doesn't pay. Just like Nobody.
Dang. Sith, what ideas do you have?
I'm thinking maybe something with Abbey Hill or the flea market or Canalville Kitchen.
Canalville Kitchen.
Yeah. Maybe that's where I found the pineapple.
Sure. Well, now that's a thing. So, do you want me to assign the +1 to the Canalville Kitchen?
Well, I don't. Well, that was my weird
Or maybe
thing.
the -1.
Yeah, I maybe I freaked out there or something. Yeah, let's do -1 there.
Pineapple.
And I guess maybe a positive with Abby.
Okay, cool. And then as a group, look at those 3 tier 3s and say which ones you like and which ones you hate.
I would like to like Canalville Hardware. How do y'all feel about that?
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, the Everyman works there. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Aren't you also stealing from them on the regular?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think I quote work there
Aha.
when I'm not renovating. If that's still a thing with the freaks background.
Yeah, that's fine. Because you have that window into the human options, right?
Oh yeah. I was gonna do a different background than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's still fine.
Yeah.
And who should our negative be?
I was leaning towards the museum.
The Canalville Museum of Great and Terrible Science?
Yeah, mostly for the next part, right? Scientific theories about freaks and monoliths. Because I was thinking I had a quarantined background where I wasn't supposed to get out.
Oh, you were in the museum? Cool.
Yeah, maybe that's where I came from. I just don't really want to go back.
I like it a lot.
And
There's
yet
dark
somehow
shit
I'm
going
also
on in that museum.
yeah.
I think my character
we're-
would go to the
yeah.
museum all the time, but it's fine. They can be negative.
Yeah, maybe there's like a little thing in the museum where it's like exhibit will be returned shortly or
Oh,
something.
yeah. Yeah. I would like to stretch this text, but sadly, I cannot do that.
Yeah. Originally
I'll
I
just-
was
I'll
the
just leave that
greeter
over
at
here for now.
the hardware store.
Fix it
Then
later.
then the freaks backgrounds changed.
Cool. Cool. I think that's all we have to do for the startup stuff. Did we want to do a break? Come
Let's
back?
do a break.
Eat a thing?
Yeah, let's do a break. Break sounds
Okay.
good. I like
Only because
breaks.
we're streaming and streams have breaks. I don't know. Okay,
That's how streams work,
so
yeah.
streams work. Alright, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Or maybe 10 minutes, or whatever minutes. Well,
Yeah.
Whatever, however long it takes is fine.
it's fine. It's fine. Alright, bye bye. Let's see.